This is an interesting presentation on self-awareness and self-management. The goal of this presentation is to know about ourselves and how we steer in this world which is full of challenges all around. So many people have this question, especially these days, how not to react to the environment with our emotions and how to respond with our intelligence, with a superior intelligence. That is one thing which, especially in the contemporary times, is becoming more and more increasingly important. The topic of mindfulness. So this word mantra, man means the mind, tra means freedom, that which gives freedom to the mind. So I will begin any session generally with a chant of this mantra, and if any of you would like to join me, you are most welcome, or you can just be silent and listen to it. And the power of this mantra is, it has the ability to calm the mind. It makes the mind calm, cool, collected and focused. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When we talk about ourselves, the person whom you see in the mirror, is it the same all through your life? See, the same body which we all have now, and the body you had when you were a small baby like this. How old is the baby? How? 20 months now. He's about 1.5 years. So he's 1.5-year-old child. All of you, how many of you have seen your photograph when you were a 1 or 2-year-old child? You have seen that? Does it look anything like you? So much you have changed. Yeah, isn't it? Little bit except your face cut, isn't it? Things have changed. So our body changes from childhood to boyhood to youth, and then eventually it gets old. So this is an ever-changing self. It is not a permanent self. Then let's think about the mind. Is mind changing or is the mind fixed? It doesn't change at all. What do you think? Our mind changes, right? Say you got very good marks, so your mind is cheerful. And in some paper you got poor marks, mind is very morose. Somebody praised you, your mind is smiling. Somebody insulted you, mind is, either anxious or worried. So our mind is also changing. Body is changing, mind is changing. Then who is the real self? So there are 3 things: body, mind, soul. So I was a student of IIT Bombay. I mean, way back in 91 I graduated. And 3 years later, after I worked in a Thermax company, in 1994 I decided to dedicate my life as a teacher of the Bhagavad Gita. I travel across the globe to various places, and this is one of my favorite hobbies. I like to study and teach Gita because I feel Gita has lot of lessons for students in colleges, like mind management, stress management, all these things. See, the architecture of our mind is like a 3-mode operating system. We have mind operates under three fundamental modes called gunas, which we are going to learn today. It's very easy to learn. You see, it's like an operating system with three core processes. And our effectiveness depends on which process is dominant. The first process is this one, sattva. It's all about harmony and clarity, calm, clear, creative, happy, wise. That's the nature of sattva. The nature of rajas is movement and agitation. It's a craving for honor, or greedy or ambitious, dominating nature, that is rajas. So tamas means oversleep, lethargy, insecurity, panic, depression, suicidal thoughts, all these things. So these three are the prominent type of behaviors of our mind. And why we need to learn these three, this is going to greatly help us in tuning to the right mode. And then you will be able to take charge of your mind, knowing this. Like look at these three pictures. Can any of you describe the yellow one, red one and black one? What do you infer by watching this picture? Anybody? At the very first sight.
First one is praising.
He is praising, appreciating. Yes, please. Yes, cooperation and his appreciation. Thank you. And the second one?
Boss is like yelling at.
So, who is unhappy? Is boss unhappy or the subordinate unhappy?
Everybody.
Yeah, both of them. I think the boss got a little incompetent subordinate. So, he is fed up with the subordinate and subordinate is fed up with boss, yelling boss. Let me ask you a question. If you tomorrow become an entrepreneur and you have an employee like this, what would you do with such an employee? Any of you? Yeah.
Like the employee is incompetent.
Yes. Like this fellow. Are you going to take this and make a noise, or what will you do? Who said? Coach. We can coach the fellow. Very good. That's one option. Anything else?
Introspect also, like there are like many things that go wrong.
Yeah, correct.
Like,
Yeah,
does he have enough tools?
correct. Does he have enough tools? Maybe can I provide him some tools, or can I coach him? Can I train him? Or he may not suit this job. I can shift him to another department. When I asked this question in a company, majority of them said, I'll fire him. They didn't have a second thought. That thought of firing itself is in passion. So goodness means you think of various alternatives. You can think and then act. Passion means you think very less, but you spring into action. So we shouldn't fire him. We can train him, or we can coach him, like she said. Or we can change his service, or maybe he needs some more tools to equip himself, correct, no? She said. Okay, the third one, what do you infer from that picture? Third one? Worried, yeah. His graph is going down. I think he's depressed. So one in ignorance. So you got an idea. So in the Gita, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, this is a very big subject, very important subject. See, here is a student who has been always postponing. Now the student is afraid of the examination now. You see? The nature of the student is, time for smoke, work can wait. It's time for drink, work can wait. And then time for a nap, then work can wait. And then time for work can, always it can wait. So in this way, they have a tendency to always postpone it for tomorrow. On the other hand, if you complete a task, how do you feel? You feel like this, right? When you finish a task, you feel very jolly, isn't it? So similarly here you see, these leaders are depressed. It's in tamoguna, we call it, or ignorance. Look at these leaders, they are confident and cheerful. I'm sure you all would like to be confident and cheerful. That's what we're going to learn today. We are studying our own behavior by these three gunas. See, this lady is indecisive and confused. See? She's changed the direction. They keep changing. They are unable to arrive at an alternative. What do you think about modern day society? Are we given enormous choices or we are given less choices? What do you think? Too many choices. That makes often one indecisive. See here, if you have a clear vision, then you can make, you can be decisive. Like Arjuna hit the eye of the, fish. Like that you can, if your vision is clear, then decision will not take much time. Here you can see this lady is insecure and jealous. That's also a part of tamaguna. Insecurity, unhealthy comparison. Like students often compare with other students and say that, oh, so-and-so has got better marks than me, I got poor marks. This is not at all productive because burning in the heart is not going to help us increase our marks. If you really want to do something progressive, one should compete with oneself. What was my previous performance? What is my current performance? What do I want my future performance to be? You can have 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. You make a better and better version of yourself rather than compare with someone else. Even Einstein made that statement. If you keep a tree climbing competition for a rabbit, he will fall upside down and have a brain hemorrhage. And if you ask the fish, he will get F grade in tree climbing. And if you keep a swimming subject, fish will get A grade and the monkey will get F grade. So everybody cannot do everything, so we don't have to compare ourselves with others. Here is an example of appreciative of others. We all need friends like this who appreciate one another and they uplift one another. See, tamaguna also means madness, suicidal thoughts, insecurity, indecision, very dangerous, you see. Becoming panicky, weeping, crying. All this comes in tamaguna. And satoguna means thoughtful and curious. If something happens, how does our mind respond? Say, for example, outside, pat! Like that you hear a big sound. Somebody in tamaguna will panic. They will say, maybe a bomb blast. Or maybe some terrorists. They may immediately fear very much. On the other hand, somebody on the right side I have shown you, somebody is thoughtful and curious. What is the sound? What could it be? Then you peep out of the window and you see, say somebody is driving a scooter and the tire burst. So, what was causing panic before now will turn into an amusement. Can you see? So, sattva means goodness, means you think and then make a decision. Tamaguna means neither think nor decide. See, harsh speech, crazy shooter versus friendly and cheerful leaders, you see. So this is why this topic is very important, because the very first step is to observe ourselves. What type of person I am. In 3 ways you can come to know who you are. One is your own assessment of yourself. Generally we all think I am a good person, we generally think like that. Then we have peer assessment. Our friends can tell us what type of behavior we show. Then our superiors can tell us what type of behavior we show. So, self-assessment, peer assessment, superior assessment, based on which we can know how we behave in situations. See, sattva means light, knowledge, peace. Rajas means activity, ambition, restlessness, you see. Tamas means laziness, illusion, ignorance. Let me tell you a story. This will help us grasp this subject very easily. Once upon a time, 3 friends went to a jungle and they all sat under a tree by 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. They were very hungry. They never thought it's going to take such a long while in the forest. They thought we will reach the other side, but they didn't reach. So one of them said to other two, don't worry, let me figure out, we can get some food somewhere. So he got up, just walked straight and took a right turn. He found a large mango tree. And he was amazed. The whole forest was a thick jungle with thorny bushes. But here was a big mango tree. So he thanked God that in the middle of the forest he had kept a mango tree. Then he saw the abundant mangoes. He thought, should I climb up? Should I pluck the fruit? But then he saw some fruits had fallen to the ground. So he thought, instead of plucking and causing some injury to the tree, let me take what is already fallen from the tree. So he picked up some 3-4 mangoes, he washed them in a pond, and he thanked God, he thanked the tree, ate the mangoes, and then he thought in his mind, I should do something for the tree. When you receive something, I should also give back something. So he sowed those seeds next to the tree and said, my dear tree, your children will be born here. Children mango trees will come later on, he said. And then he left the place and he returned back to his friends and told them, my dear friends, don't worry, just go straight and take a right turn, you find a large mango tree and have, nice feast of mangoes, he told them. Second fellow got up. When he saw the tree, he was very happy. He tore down 2 big branches along with mangoes and put it on either shoulder, and he ran to the village saying that I will sell firewood and I will sell mangoes and I'll fill my pocket with money. That was the second fellow. Then the third fellow, when he came to the same mango tree, he said, when I tried to grow a mango sapling, it got dried up even as a small plant. But here in the middle of the jungle, how this mango tree could grow so big? I think it cannot be allowed to continue like this. I should burn it down. He thought like that. He became envious of the mango tree. And then he saw some mangoes down. One mango was green on one side and orange on the other side, which means it's not a good mango. He put in his mouth, and then immediately it was sour. Then he criticized the tree. What kind of mango are you giving? Because he had no discrimination power. What is good, what is bad, he didn't know. So he was criticizing the tree, he was thinking of burning down the tree. That was his mental, destructive mindset he had. So now 3 people I told you came to the same mango tree. What qualities, you remember I told you about the first man who saw the mango tree, yes? Anybody? Almost 5 qualities, yes?
Give back.
Yeah, you want to give back something? Yeah, gratitude, yes? Gratitude. Yeah, thank you. Reciprocity, yeah, correct, that's true, yeah. What else? Anything else? Yeah? Yeah, you were satisfied, okay. Anything else? Yeah? He was thoughtful, yeah, correct. He didn't want to injure the tree. He just took whatever fruits had fallen, he took. He thanked God, he thanked the tree, and he reciprocated with the tree by sowing the seeds. So these are people in sattva, or goodness. People in goodness, they are selfless by nature, they are helpful, kind, courteous, friendly, cheerful, and they don't envy others. And like he came back and told his friends, because he wanted to be helpful, correct, no? And they have a cheerful disposition always. They see the world as a place of abundance, with abundance mindset. They feel that I can succeed, my friends can also succeed. It's not that if my friend gets better marks than me in a subject, I am a failure. They don't think like that. If somebody is better than me in a subject, I can always go and learn from the friend. And if somebody is inferior to me, I can always extend my help to them. So that's the kind of mindset they have. The second person, anybody remembers? What are some of the characteristics you remember in the second person's behavior? Yeah?
Ambitious.
Very ambitious, yeah, that's true. What else? Yeah? Greedy, that's true. Yeah. He was only in a money-making mood. Help with others. He didn't even tell his friends he's going away. These people may climb on the shoulder and head of others to attain success. They don't care a fig about anyone. Very ambitious, that's true, yeah. And the third fellow? What all mindsets you remember? I told you. Envious? Yes. Destructive mindset, yeah. He was envious. And poor in assessment. He took a mango which was green and orange, which is not a good quality mango. But instead of, he made a mistake and he blamed the tree for that. Correct, no? So, laziness, illusion, ignorance, that is tamas. You see, there is a word in Sanskrit called Brahma Muhurta. Why sleeping early and rising early is genius programming. I'll just show you one quick. Sleep at 4 o'clock in the morning many times. They are awake whole night. But between night 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., that is the time your body undergoes inner repair. Just like in the daytime your external body is active, in the night time your inside body is active to repair wear and tear of your body. So if anybody is able to sleep like that and get up early, then sattva can be increased by this. You see, sattva means a student gets up early, reads Gita, drinks lemongrass water. These are pure habits. And rajas means you snooze the alarm, checks Instagram and rushes to class. Isn't it? And tamas means you sleep through the class and dream that Elon Musk is hiring him. Isn't it? So, people in tamas, they live in a dreamland. They live in a daydreamers. So, I'll become billionaire, but after 5 more minutes of sleep. That is a tamoguna. And rajoguna means I want success, so people envy me. Sattoguna means if Krishna, God is pleased, I am peaceful. So, they have different type of mindsets. So, here the verse which says, and that happiness which is blind to self-realization, which is delusion from the beginning to end, which arises from sleep, laziness and illusion. See, I have highlighted these 3 words, nidra, alasya, pramad. Too much sleep, too much laziness and madness to put all kinds of dangerous substances into the body. That is tamoguna, he says. Like this laziness, oversleep, confused, inattentive, foolish, all these different qualities. And rajoguna means that happiness which is derived from the contact of senses and objects. It's nectar in the beginning but poison at the end, he says. Many times the passionate things which we do instinctively, they give an instant pleasure. Like junk food is instinctively pleasurable, but later it increases obesity. That's one example. See, greed, anger. See, he always wants to get ahead of others and he cannot do team playing. He's envious. These are rajoguna. See, he drives away people. And micromanages people. He's super busy. See how he's busy. So much to do and no one to tell to do it because he wants to do everything himself because he's afraid of sharing credit. So he's always in a rat race. So this is the passion. Yeah. Workaholism. And then this is sattva. In the beginning, the sattva may be little, for example, sleeping early, rising early is not an easy thing, but if you do, your sattva increases by that. That's a good habit. See, eating natural foods and living close to nature, this reading books like Gita a day, wisdom books which elevate our mindset. And this is chanting, I told you in the beginning, mantra, meditation. It's a type of meditation, it's very, very powerful. So all these things increases the sattva, sukham and jnanam. I am giving a couple of examples. You see, this man, he went to forest with his dog also, on a horseback. After a half a day when he was returning, the dog was barking all the while. It was blocking the way. The man thought the dog has gone berserk. He took his gun, shot the dog. And then when he was returning, after 5 miles, he realized his purse was missing, wallet was missing. Then he took a U-turn and went back to forest. Sure enough, it was lying under a tree. The same tree. All the money was safe. And the dog was touching the wallet and bleeding in the mouth. The dog had died. Now he cried and tried to wake the dog up. Do you think the dog can come back to life? And it was too late. So passionate people, they act and then regret. But on the other hand, people in goodness, they think and act. See, once Newton had gone for a stroll in the evening time. The night when he came back, he found that his dog, Diamond, his name of the dog is Diamond. The Diamond had toppled the candle, due to which his 5 years of research paper were lost. They all got burnt to ashes. Nowadays you keep everything in so much backup you keep nowadays. In those days there was no backup. You can imagine how much he must have cried, 5 years of research gone. But then he looked at the dog. He said, even if I shoot you, I am not going to get the papers back. So he forgave his dog. So goodness means you think and you act. Therefore it is said, broken glass, spilt milk, sped arrow, spoken words cannot be taken back. So people in goodness always think twice before they do anything. Here is a small exercise for you. I wrote a small song here. You see, a capseller tired of a long distance walk, kept his basket aside and slept off under the shade of a banyan tree that was full with a group of mischievous monkeys. After a while he got up from his sleep and found his basket was totally empty. The monkeys had picked up each one a cap, wearing on the head, soon climbed up the tree. So, if any of you know this story, please do not tell the answer. But if you don't know, I am not asking you what did the businessman do. My question to you is, if the businessman was in ignorance or tamoguna, what he would have done? And if he was in rajoguna or passion, what he would have done? If he was in sattva-guna or goodness, what he would have done? That's what. 3 answers you have to give me. If he was in mode of ignorance, tamoguna, anybody can tell me what he would have done? When all the caps were lost to the monkeys? He won't shoot them. See, for him to shoot them, he has to be in passion. Yeah, he would have cried. Yeah. Or he would have gone with the empty basket to his wife and say that my business is gone today. It happened to big businessmen in America. One company came from 900 crores to 300 crores. So the boss, the owner of the company cried. He was panicky because when you experience a loss, immediately people go to depression. So tamoguna means people go to depression. They can't think. On the other hand, during the COVID time, some people thought, without the facility of going out, sitting within the closed wall, what I can do. Correct, no? Those people, business people thought they took a out-of-box thinking idea. Correct, no? Okay, if he was in passion, what he would have done? One of them, she told the answer. He would have shot them, or he would have thrown some stones or something. But do you think the monkeys will give back the cap? By pelting stones? They will run far away. And in case he was in goodness, what he would have done? Anybody can guess? If he was in goodness, sattva?
Even the monkeys something.
He can give them bananas or something, so they give back the cap. Okay, good, that's good. Any other answer? Yeah. Patiently wait? Yeah. Okay, in case he's waiting, whether the monkeys will give back, we are not sure. You know what he did? You can see this one.
सोची और उसने अपनी टोपी
See, it is said here, what is said here? He took off his cap and threw it up. And then cap came back and landed on his head. So the monkeys saw his behavior and then they also imitated. They also took off and threw it up in the air and landed. So the man understood one thing. Monkeys have a habit of imitating. Whatever you do, they copy. And that he understood.
और उसने अपनी टोपी हवा में उछाल दी। ये देखकर बंदरों ने भी अपनी टोपियां हवा में उछाली। फिर उसने अपनी टोपी जमीन पर फेंक दी। बंदरों ने भी अपनी टोपियां जमीन पर फेंक दी।
Then he threw it on the ground, then they all threw it on the ground. So this man was a thoughtful man because he studied the behavior of monkeys. Correct, no? In the same manner, in your life, you may face challenges in life. If you can think twice before you act, then you are in sattva guna. Correct, no? If you think hastily and, dash towards the solution, there is likelihood of a problem. See, in America, you don't find people driving scooter or bike here. Mostly people drive cars. But one boy was going in a scooter, going in a bike. So he was wearing a cap. And as he was going swiftly, his cap flew off. Then he got off from the bike, kept the bike on the side, and he ran towards the cap. But cars are going zoom, zoom, zoom very fast. So should he look at the cars or should you look at the cap? What do you think? How many of you say you should look at the cars? Okay, how many of you say you should run behind the cap? Anybody? Yeah. Because if he runs behind the cap, it's likely he will lose his life because cars are going so fast. So, if one goes by instinctive behavior, he will run behind the cap. But if he thinks twice, please come, welcome. Oh, welcome, yeah. If he thinks twice before acting, then he is Sattva Guna. Sattva Guna means he thinks before acting. You can see his life would be saved if he thinks and acts. Think about it, isn't it? Because cap is not as valuable as you. Your life is more important than the cap. You see? So that's what I have written here. Leaders in goodness think and act. Passion, they think partially and act. See, leaders in goodness also focus on things which they can control. You see? These are things in your hand. Whatever you can do best, asking for help, trying new things, getting enough sleep and eating nutritious food. People in goodness always think about what is in my control. On the right side I have shown you white cloud and grey cloud. Grey clouds are clouds in which you have no control. And the white cloud is something in which you have control. So Sattva Guna means you focus on what control you have. Like say, is there anyone here who takes tension about the examinations? When the exam is going to be there next week, you feel some tension? Anybody? You feel tension, yeah. So now ask yourself a question. Are you the paper setter? Are you the marks awarder? Then why worry about it? You know? That's true. So, if you focus on preparation without letting the worries cloud your mind, then you save a lot of your mental energy in doing it in a focused manner. So, as you increase your Sattva Guna, you can focus like that. That's the point. Another thing is, those who are in Sattva, they can also behave assertively. Are you passive, are you assertive, are you aggressive in your behavior? You see, aggressive people, they snatch others' rights and they boss over others. Passive people, they are timid and very fearful, they let others climb over their heads. And assertive people let others have their right and they take their right also. So assertive behavior is the right behavior, which is a combination of courageous and considerate, polite and firm, bold and sensitive. That type of combination is assertive. So again, this is possible. If those who are in Tamoguna, they are passive. They are in the first one, they are passive. Those who are in Rajoguna, they are aggressive. You see? Those who are assertive, they can actually think and act. You see? See, your needs and others' needs. When you combine both, it is assertive. Otherwise, only your needs, you think about, that is aggressive. You see? If you think of only others' needs and you don't think about yourself at all, that is passive. So, one very important question I want to ask you. If you are given an opportunity to choose choose one out of the three, which one will you choose? Tamoguna, Rajoguna, Sattoguna. Ignorance, passion, goodness. Which one will you choose? Goodness. Okay, how many of you will choose goodness? Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. How many of you will choose passion? Nobody. How many will choose ignorance? Okay. So, what you have received till now is the idea that goodness is the best, but actually passion is also not totally bad. Passion gives you drive, it gives you movement, it gives you vigor. So, you are all in MIT, I am sure that you need a lot of vigor to complete your project or complete your PhD or complete your postdoc, isn't it? You need a vigor. Goodness is actually mild nature. Like goodness means happiness and wisdom. Knowledge and happiness is to come. Whereas the passion has some moment of drive. So therefore, a person in goodness is like a saint or a sage. But person in passion is like a commercial businessman. It's very aggressive. We need a combination of both. Like here you see, S plus R, Sattva and Rajas. That makes you assertive and visionary leader. Therefore, in Vedic times, kings were called as Raja Rishi. Raja means king, Rishi means saint. When a saint is guiding a king, then the king can become a noble leader. Like for example, King Arjuna was guided by Lord Krishna. Vasishtha, sage, was guiding Dasharath. Like Chanakya guided Chandragupta, the king, like that. So, every king, the king means Raja, Raja means Rajas, passion, but is guided by a saint who has Sattva. When you combine this Sattva and Rajas, then you become ideal leader. So, all of you, you are engineers, you are in MIT, but if you combine your life with saintly wisdom, like weekly once we have class, Parth arranges many good programs, then you add the Sattva to your system, you are going to become very powerful. You can become an assertive leader. Just like, for example, think about it, can flood do good or can a dam do good? Flood versus dam, which is better? Yeah? Dam is better. Because both have energy, flood has kinetic energy, dam has potential energy. But out of the two, which is better? Dam is better. Because in dam, whenever you want water, you can release it. Whereas a flood can do no good. Flood can destroy the houses, it can kill the cattle, it can also kill humans. It's not going to do any good. Flood water actually often has seen to cause damage. So passion is like flood and goodness is like dam. Passion is like a mad elephant. Goodness is like a trained elephant. So therefore, we need a combination of goodness and passion. The river is passionate, but if you have one bank of river, one bank this side, one bank this side, you put a block here, then it becomes a dam. See, Tamasic programmer, what he does, he is overwhelmed, decides it's impossible, goes to sleep or hoping it will resolve itself, which is never going to happen. Sometimes students think like that, hope this problem gets solved on its own, it doesn't happen. See, Radheshyam programmer, what is he doing? One of you can read that, Radheshyam programmer, loudly? Yeah?
Frantically codes all night, fueled by coffee and panic, creates a messy patch that might break something else, feels exhausted and irritable.
You see the picture here below? And read this one, Satvik.
It takes a moment to breathe and analyze the root cause, designs an elegant, efficient solution, submits the code with clarity and goes home rested.
Correct, no? So he's a thinking man, he's a gentleman. And what is the takeaway? Yeah?
The same challenge, 3 different outcomes based on the internal state. High pressure doesn't have to trigger Rajas or Tamas. It can be met with sattvic clarity.
That's what we want to learn, how to do this. Read this, yeah?
Sattva, the flow state during deep work on a research project. Rajas, the frantic all-nighter before a problem set is due. Tamas, scrolling through social media for hours, avoiding starting a difficult task.
He doesn't get started only.
Actionable insight. The first step to self-management is recognizing which mode you are in. Just labeling it, I'm in a Rajasic stress loop, is a powerful diagnostic.
Even if you can observe your own life and understand that I am in a Rajasic stress loop, I am unnecessarily stressing a lot, doing little.
So, what's through this door? Where do we go? Is it nothing?
So, yeah. See, when we talk about self-awareness, you see that picture there. There's a yellow one, which is soul, covered by mind and body. See, mind is like a software and body is like a hardware. Body is like a computer and mind is like a hard disk, you can say. In the mind is like a microprocessor. And the body is like a servo motor. So, in the microprocessor, you write the program, servo motor moves linear rotary movements, they do, correct, no? So, whatever type of programs we all write in our mind, accordingly our body moves. And the soul is the real entity, the other two are dead. Just like if I wear a gloves in my hand and move my hand, it appears gloves is alive, gloves is never alive. The gloves gets life from my hand. Similarly, the soul gives life to these other two. Just like all of you are wearing a shirt now, your shirt doesn't have life, but your presence inside the shirt makes the shirt also move. Correct, no? So why is it important to understand? The subsequent slides are going to teach something very, very important. Please read this one. Concept.
The mind is not the brain, it's the software that runs on the brain's hardware. This software is a collection of patterns, habits, and impressions, sanskars. At death, this software, not the hardware, gets transferred. The goal of human life is to debug and upgrade this software.
So, let me give you a very simple example. Say you have a USB stick in which you have the program, and the program has 100 bugs. So you put it in the computer and open the program and say you remove 20 bugs. Then tomorrow when you restart your work, you will start from the 21st bug. And say you cleared up to the 60th bug. Then third day you start from 61st bug. Similarly, our mind has bugs like, for example, hankering, comparing, envying, worrying, lamenting, this kind of, like we say, desire, anger, greed. These are the bugs. Those bugs are actually making the mind very stressful, very worried, and such a mind also in turn makes the body get diseases. Body is diseased, mind is depressed. You can see that. So now we will learn how do we debug it. See here I have mentioned here, in the mind you store the desires, plans and memories. With body you execute the desires. Okay? See, I have shown you yellow color is the soul and red color is the mind, which means all of you sitting here, every one of you is completely divine. Just as God is pure and divine, all of you are pure and divine. But over you, you have got a covering of mind. And the problems are all in that mind only. Mind and the body. Therefore, I have shown it in red. See, I have used the word acquired qualities. Why? Because the rainwater is pure, but when it touches the ground, it acquires muddiness. Otherwise, water is pure. So, like this man appears like a nice gentleman. Look at his behavior here. See how he is. That means originally he is pure, but now he has become covered over by passion. So, I will need two of you. You have a very sound voice. I need one more. See, I need another student who has a soft voice. Who has a soft voice? You can speak, madam? Yeah. So you read the yellow one and he will read the red one. Okay? Yeah. See, the yellow one shows the innate qualities of the soul. And the red one shows the acquired qualities of the mind. Okay? Yeah, you read the yellow one.
God works through many by giving them creative thoughts.
My opinion is this.
I'm open to good suggestions from my team. I consider I am one of them.
I'm easily irritated. I am the boss. Just do what I say.
I'm grateful and appreciative of others' ideas. It makes my life easy and brings direction quickly.
I consider others giving opinions as insubordination, and I badmouth about them.
I'm not an all-knowing God. Let me hear from my friends too.
I know it all. Don't tell me.
I'm one of the members of this team, and I will work together to bring success in attaining team goals.
I just can't do team playing.
I will tolerate my ego even if my original idea is rejected and is substituted by another better idea of my team member.
I quit the team.
So you all got an idea how a pure mind works, how an impure mind works. Correct, no? So the red one I have shown the passionate state of mind. So in Stanford University, they conducted a research that even the students coming out of Harvard Business School and such very famous business schools, 82% of the students have difficulty with team playing. That's why I took this problem. Because when we are ego driven, that creates a clash between the boss and the subordinate. Things don't go well. So, if you can learn to look at the mind, understanding ourselves different from the mind. For example, I am wearing a brown tint now. When I see through this, I see everything brown. When I look at it, I know that I am wearing a brown tint, then I will be able to understand myself to be different from it. So, if in our practice, if we can learn that I don't want to be ego-driven because the company's goals will not be achieved by being ego-driven, then we will be able to behave like the one in yellow. See here, these are all malpractices that happen by the mind. See, copying, envying, anger, pride. All these things are impurities of the mind. So here I have given impure quality. On the extreme right side, I have given the pure quality. Greed, opposite of that is contentment. Envy, opposite of that is equality of vision. Anger, opposite is patience and self-control. You see? So Gita shloka also I quoted. So this is impure state of mind, that is pure state of mind. So when sattva guna is increased, you go to the extreme right. You will see that you can acquire those qualities. So there is a battle going on within our mind. Like you look at this mad elephant, mind is like this when it is untrained. When you train the elephant, it can give blessings, it can even draw an elephant. It can do so many good things it can do. So mind is trainable. So in Katha Upanishad this example is given. You see, strengthen your intelligence driver to keep the mind ropes and sense horses under control. The eyes, nose, ears, tongue and skin are compared to the horses. Ropes are mind and driver is the intelligence. When the intelligence driver is pulling the mind, see intelligence, mind, senses. It's like that. And you are the passenger, the soul sitting in this bodily car. So, how do you strengthen your intelligence? By the study of Gita and such literatures. Look at this driver, he has lost control because the horses are going mad because the driver is not strong. So, I am going to conclude in two very important slides. One of you can read that. Is it big enough for you to read? Yeah? Any of you, please? Yeah? Yes, which one?
Katha Upanishad says the student, you are not your body.
Yeah.
Means the soul, Atma, is eternal. Your body, mind and external circumstances are temporary. Example, a low grade is just a situation, not you. Like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 2.13, the soul is eternal, your essence remains untouched by failure.
This is the very first thing that Krishna taught Arjuna. Whenever anybody meets you in this world, they ask you, what's your CGPA? Which company you got placed? How much is your salary? See, they never think about you. Are we human beings or are we human doings? People which they talk about your being or doing, what do you think? Isn't it? So Gita teaches you, think about the human being. Like a flower doesn't have to go to school or college to prove its beauty. A cuckoo doesn't have to go to a school to learn singing. Everybody is endowed with a unique potential. When they manifest it, that is God's gift for them, and we don't expect anything beyond that. So you don't have to be like somebody. So the whole world is superimposing so many unwanted identities on you, and we depend on their social validation. That is causing a great turmoil. The first thing he taught, you are not the body, you are the soul. Second one?
Ultimate goal, self-realization. Meaning, life's highest aim is knowing your true self beyond material success. For example, while preparing for exams, also reflect daily. Who am I beyond marks, friends and hobbies? This is practicing Gita 6.5, elevating yourself to self-discipline.
Yeah. Krishna says in 6.5, Uddared atmanatmanam atmanam apasadiyet. He says that elevate yourself with the mind, don't degrade yourself. He says. How do you elevate? When you are understanding your real essence. I am different from the body. Third one?
Master your mind and senses, meaning control impulses and desires. Bring your mind under conscious control. For example, Avoid compulsive social media scrolling or junk food during study hours. Like Arjuna focusing on Krishna's teachings, keep your mind steady on your purpose.
So we call it as a environment designing, we call it. How do you do? For example, you keep your table clean, keep your books on the table, keep some salads on the table. Whatever is good for you, keep it on the table. Junk food, you keep it in the locker inside. And keep your smartphone in the lock inside. That means things which are not good for you, make it difficult for you to access them. Things which are good for you, keep them easily approachable, accessible. Yeah, next.
Focus on the eternal, not the fleeting. Material pleasures and distractions fade. Lasting joy comes from spiritual understanding. Example, instead of chasing the latest trend or game, spend time in chanting, reading the Bhagavad Gita, or helping classmates. Krishna reminds us in BG 3.30 that dedicate your actions to God, not just results.
Yeah, there are many pleasures in this world, they are fleeting pleasures. There are so many students nowadays trying to, in the name of enjoyment, they are harming the body with so many things, so many substances. So he's saying that the lasting joy comes from, withdrawing from the mental clutter in this world, a meditation which I will show you at the end, I will show you. Next.
Knowledge plus detachment is equal to liberation. Meaning, you should learn and act sincerely, but detach from the outcome. Peace comes from balanced effort.
Say for example, a student gets very good marks, then the mind becomes clouded by pride. And when a student gets poor marks, mind gets clouded by lamentation. And before preparing before the examination, mind is clouded by anxiety. How the paper is going to be, isn't it? So, in Gita, Lord Krishna teaches knowledge and detachment. What is the knowledge? First of all, you are not the body, you are the soul. At the time of birth, we come with empty hands. At the time of death, we go with empty hands. We don't carry our mark sheet, we don't carry our degree, we don't carry our laptop with us. We don't carry anything. Even the money we earn from the company, we move it from the company's account to another bank account, we dust our hand and we go away. We don't carry anything with us. And that's the knowledge. The soul comes in this world empty-handed it goes. Have that knowledge and be detached. Then one may ask, then what is our impetus to study? Do it as a duty. For example, everybody in this world has to earn the livelihood. You do your duty and try to find out how it can be beneficial to society. Whatever knowledge you are acquiring, how you can make it useful to society. Try to do something selflessly to begin with. Eventually one will come to the knowledge of understanding God and why this world is created, then life would be even more meaningful. Yeah. See, one liner given below.
Know your eternal self, control your mind, act with devotion, and rise above temporary results.
Yeah, that's a very powerful statement it is. Know that you are eternal and learn to control your mind like a mad elephant controlled and trained. Act with devotion and rise above temporary results. See, it was done here only in marshmallows at MIT. See, the ping of a notification, urge to check email during lecture, temptation to put off a difficult task. So here are some solutions given here. Read that actionable insight. How do you manage when mind is pushing you instinctively? What to do? Yeah? You can write that actionable insight.
To strengthen your character, that is intelligence, by A. Pause before response, breathe deeply, chant mantra, and decide how to respond and not react.
That means, generally 10 seconds if you pause, you get the strength to expand your free will. Any of you feel the mind is pushing you to act in a direction that will be unfavorable for you, these are the 4 steps you should do. Like tomorrow you have examination, mind is telling you, let me scroll for a few minutes, and then you end up scrolling 2 hours. So, how do you deal with that mind? A pause. Pause for 10 seconds, take a deep breathing you do, mind becomes calm, then chant a mantra. Mantra is actually a prayer. By prayer, you increase your inner strength. And then you can decide how to respond. So it's ABCD, very simple. A pause, breathe, chant, decide. Read that.
When an impulse arises, create a one-breath gap. Ask, is this action serving my long-term goal?
That is Sattva Guna. Yeah.
Or is it just a short-term distraction? Rajas or tamas?
Yeah, correct. And there are 3 tools I have given. A is association. For Sattvic input, you can read what it is.
Nutritious food, inspiring books, constructive conversation.
Yes. And Rajasic input?
Stimulants, sensational news, competitive environment.
Yeah. And Tamasic input?
Junk food, trivial entertainment, and negative company.
Yeah. So, you know it now, then you have to make the choice. What is the takeaway?
One should be a conscious consumer. The quality of your input directly determines the quality of your output, your work, your mood, your ideas.
For example, if you eat junk food, mind becomes very dull. You become very confused, indecisive, you become slow to decide. When you eat fresh, healthy foods, then your mind is very alert and fresh. You'll be able to decide very well. One of my friends said, when you eat waste, it shows up in the waste. I said, isn't it? So, then we become very dull by that. That's why we have to be a conscious consumer. And similarly, in that top right I have shown, what kind of books you read, that is also consumption. Movies you watch, music you hear, and friendship you give. And what is the substitute? Substitute degrading friendships by uplifting friendship, bad ambience by pure elevating ambience, bad habits by good habits. 3 things we have to change. We have a temple not far from here, it's about 10 minutes from here. You all are welcome. We have a beautiful pure ambience. We have nice kirtans there, bhajans. Come to pure ambience and also make good friends like Parth here is organizing this event. He can tell you more about our weekly program. You will get very good friends here, like-minded friends. Similarly, bad habits like what we have shown here, Rajasic, Tamasic input, reduce it. Yeah. So, the A for association, that's the first one. Please read this one, feed.
Feed your mind with the good, the clean, the pure, the powerful, and the positive.
Yeah, inputs. So, here she is meditating, doing chanting meditation. That is prasad. This is Bhagavad Gita reading. This is kirtans. Yeah. But these are all very pure inputs. You see, Bhagavad Gita can award you intelligence to discriminate between right and wrong. So, you will develop steadiness in success and failure in all situations. Without shouting or showing off, we can develop discipline and steadiness. A for association, B for Bhagavad Gita, 1 page a day. Actually, the Brahmavurta already showed you the video. It's very favorable, rising early in the morning. You see here, that is that alpha waves you see, that is relaxation, meditation, lucid awareness. 8 to 12 hertz. Mantra meditation takes us to that state, alpha waves. So naturally it will take you, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You do it 108 times a day, it takes you 10 minutes only. Do it and see, it will take you to this level and you feel very relaxed. It's relaxation, meditation, lucid awareness. And if you go in theta waves and delta waves, the daydreaming and sleep, and above that is passion. The above is passion, below is ignorance, and the middle one, alpha waves, is the goodness, sattva. See, these are the professionals who wake up early. See what time he gets up. Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, gets up at 3:45 a.m. This is the time most students go to sleep, isn't it? See, Howard Schultz gets up at 4:30. You can see all these fellows. These are all some of the top-notch, richest men in the world. So they have a habit of rising early. They sleep early. They sleep by 10 and get up early in the morning. Yeah. So I won't say you all immediately shift. If you are sleeping at 2 o'clock, every week shift it by 15 minutes until you hit 10. And you try it, and like I sleep at 9 and I get up at 3 in the morning. And 18 hours I can work. Yeah, go ahead.
So we do this, okay, ask a question.
You can ask question.
I've been I'm an early morning lark, so I go to sleep early and wake up very early, right from my childhood. But I've met people who are equally successful and very happy, and they are night owls. their natural tendency is to stay awake and do the best possible work,
Yeah.
staying awake and then
We call them as night hawks, we call them.
yes.
They do it also, it's true.
It's not biological. Some people are like preordained to be night owls or night.
See, generally the sufferings, problems comes after 60. Because the bones, the joints, they all get replenished between 10 to 2. This joint, this joint, this joint. You will see that if you are not getting good sleep, after you cross 60, you get arthritis and all those things. Back pain.
Even if one is predisposed to stay awake and wake up, they would also face the same problem.
Actually, according to the universal law, you should sleep with the sun and wake up with the sun. That's most.
Also a problem in a place like Boston when the sun goes down.
Sun goes too early, yeah. You can sleep at 10. Actually, scientists say that.
But I feel like some of us actually face it, especially amongst partners. If one is somebody who's a morning lark, the other is, then it becomes very difficult.
Challenging, yeah, that's true, yeah. You're good. But you can check the Ayurveda, what it says. Now Ayurveda said it, now even the allopathy doctors are finding out. Otherwise these people, why would they sleep so early? Yeah. So regenerative sleep, yeah. This is chanting meditation. I wanted to show you one short video.
The Vedas, however, are not as well known for presenting historical and scientific knowledge as they are for expounding subtle sciences such as the power of mantras. We all recognize the power of sound itself by its effects, which can be quite dramatic. Here, a high-pitched frequency shatters a drinking glass. So, we can easily understand that loud sounds can produce substantial reactions. It is commonly believed that mantras can carry hidden power, which can in turn produce profound effects. The ancient Vedic literatures are full of descriptions of weapons being called by mantra. For example, many weapons were invoked by mantra during the epic Kurukshetra war, wherein the Bhagavad Gita itself was spoken. The ancient deployment of Brahmastra weapons, equivalent to modern-day nuclear weapons, are described throughout the Vedic literatures. Additionally, mantras carry hidden spiritual power which can produce significant benefits when chanted properly. Indeed, the Vedas themselves are sound vibrations in literary form and carry a profound message. Spiritual disciplines recommend meditational practices such as silent meditation, silent recitation of mantras, and also the verbal repetition of specific mantras out loud. A clinical test of the benefits of mantra chanting was performed on 3 groups of 62 subjects, males and females of average age 25. They chanted the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra 25 minutes each day under strict clinical supervision. Results showed that regular chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra reduces stress and depression and helps reduce bad habits and addictions. These results formed a PhD thesis at Florida State University.
You heard that? He says the stress, depression, bad habits and addictions, all are removed by this chanting. And it is this is a research thesis, David Brian Wolf on the Hare Krishna Mahamantra chanting, effect on stress, depression, 3 gunas. So the mantra has practically proved in laboratory experiment with people that it is reducing depression, bad habits and addiction and everything. So this is the last slide, you can see this, association, books, chanting and diet. We have a weekly class held at MIT here regularly. All of you are most welcome. Similar program, weekly once for an hour or hour and a half. And we have Bhagavad Gita. We have copies of Bhagavad Gita if anybody wants. You can give them. And then you will note your name and bring a copy for you. We have a chanting, so we have a beads like this, japa beads. There is 108 beads like this. In each bead you have to chant one mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then second beat. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So in one beat, one mantra you chant, and for you to complete this whole thing takes you only 10 minutes. And any time of the day you can do, morning, afternoon, evening, night. There is no time restriction. And this is going to increase your patience, your tolerance, your concentration, your decision making ability, your confidence level, everything increases if you do this chant. That is chanting. And that. Association. Bhagavad Gita. Chanting. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. I can take 5 minutes, some questions. Sorry for holding you all up. You have prasad ready? Yeah, you can start serving prasad. I can take questions also along with that. Yeah. Yeah.
You mentioned that the combination of sattva and
that makes a visionary leader.
So what actually happens in that combination?
I will tell you what happens exactly. A Raja or a leader is very aggressive in nature, very ambitious. When you add sattva, then his passion is tempered. Otherwise, he would, like a flood for example, if you put barrier in the flood, it becomes dam. Correct, no? So the sattva, for example, somebody wants to attack somebody, you tell, for example, say, a person A gave money to B, and B is not returning back the money. A want to slap him and break his tooth. But if you tell him that, that is not going to bring your money back, now your interest should be not to just beat him up, but find out a way to get the money. Use your brain, not your sheer strength. Then he understands it. Then he finds out that, B can be brought to sanity only if you meet C, somebody who is above him. Then you go to C and complain. Then money comes back, rather than just attacking. So people who are driven by passion, if they get the guidance of somebody with sattva, then combining that makes them more effective. Correct, no? Like kings, for example, they were trained by Brahmins that don't become a slave of woman, because the women sometimes were Vishakanyas. In those days, Vishakanya means a woman whose body has been, fed with poison from childhood. So sometimes the kings were dethroned by one female, just by one kiss they were finished, like that. So the king has to control his passions. But how will he control? Somebody in sattva guides him. That you restrain your passions. Because if you don't restrain your passion, you will lose your life itself. Correct, no? So Chanakya, for example, was advising Chandragupta. Right advice at the right time. Correct, no? So kings always kept a Brahman by their side, because whenever they have to make decision, they will turn to them. Because they know that my decision may be colored by my passion. We make a hasty dash. But that hastiness is tempered by adding sattva to that. It's clear, no? Yeah. Hare Krishna, yeah.
How do you recommend keeping the consistency, especially the sleeping habits, right? Because there are different situations.
Correct.
Vacation,
Yeah.
kids,
Yeah. So we can keep it a bit flexible. It's not that every day we have to go at the same time. Sometimes some vital responsibility comes. And imagine some special guests have come to your home. You can't say, no, I sleep at 9 o'clock, you guys do whatever you want. We can't say that. You may have to keep awake till 11 o'clock or 12 with them, once in a while, But our general practice should be that we go to bed early, and get habituated to sleeping early, generally speaking. So, also in the night when you lie down, we don't do any planning. Planning should be done in the early morning. Because night if we plan, then we won't get sleep. So, night when we fall in the bed, we should fall like a dead man. Immediately we should go to sleep, like that. And it's a good habit, because I can tell you from my experience, last 30 years I sleep at like 9 and get up at 3. Or if I sleep at 9:30, I get up at 3:30, I get up. And I can work like 18 hours a day. I can be brisk, I don't have to lie at all in the daytime. But I've seen people who sleep after 12, they have to sleep extra. They sleep 8 or 10 hours, they have to sleep. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, yes?
Can anyone attain the access to sattva without completely reversing the tamas and raja in first? Can that be happening?
It can happen. Actually, Lord Krishna says in Gita, sometimes sattva is up, sometimes rajas comes up, sometimes tamaguna comes up. What he says is that these three gunas, they keep competing with each other. Say for example, you try to be patient with your friend, somebody, but then he tested your patience to limits. Then you become angry. Correct, no? Yeah. So sometimes rajas comes up, sometimes sattva comes up. But if we regularly practice these three things, ABC I told you, weekly once, take some association like this kind of class, weekly we have, and 1 page of Bhagavad Gita a day, have a practice. And chanting, daily at least 1 round. Make a beginning with this, you will be able to see that you become gradually consistent in sattva. Then you increased. It's possible for one to always maintain a cool head throughout life also. By practice, by spiritual practice, it's quite possible it is. Yeah. Like people like Bernard Shaw, people like Socrates, people like Gandhi. These fellows were, you see, they practiced it. Correct, no? Like once Socrates' wife was an angry wife, He would be talking with the philosophers. She never liked philosophy. She would say, do something, She would come and shout, and the friends would get allergic. Socrates would tell them, don't worry, that's our nature, be cool, But then at one time friends got very wild, friends got very frightened by her wildness. Then Socrates told the friends, let's go to the park. Today she is too much in an angry mood. Then when he came out of the house, she went up and took a bucket of water and poured on his body from the top. And the whole dress got drenched. And still Socrates was laughing. He looked up and said, till now the clouds were rumbling, now they are pouring. Like that he said, So it goes to show that, there are people who don't lose their cool even in such situations, extreme situations. It's quite possible. Yeah. So this is my, website you all can see at your leisure. There are some courses, very easy to understand courses like Discover Yourself. We can distribute prasad now. We have prasad for them. Thank you for staying back and enthusiastically participating. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Parth, you can tell about the weekly program, you can tell them. Who? Yeah, please come.
Thank you for this.
Thank you.
I'm sure we all gained a lot of wisdom from that. Thank you all for patiently sitting.
Very great audience today.
Yes,
To
indeed.
sit through the long lecture.
Yes. So we have